Hey guys, welcome back. So, today I want to talk a little bit about narcissistic behavior and its its relation with gang stalking. So, narcissistic behavior pretty much means, well, there is a misconception that narcissism pretty much means that someone loves themselves a lot and that they cannot get enough of themselves. Like that they would look in the mirror, and drown. Or no, what's sort of narcissus? That they would be too busy looking at the reflection in a body of water, so enough that they would be distracted from other dangers of what's outside of them, and they would pretty much end up dead. However, that has nothing to do with narcissism. Narcissism is a cluster B. Es un trastorno. A what's it called? A type of behavior. I forgot the actual word, but it pretty much is people who are manipulative in a way that things work out for them. So what this does is that it has a subtle effect of making it appear so that one actually gives too much credit to the person, because this person is devious in so many ways that things just appear to fall into place in a way that is detrimental to the victim or the target. Let's call them target. So, for example, these people are so focused on you having a particular perception of them that they would do things that are inconceivable to someone who isn't a narcissist. For example, slash a tire only to be there to your rescue when you find out that your tire is slashed and you have to go to work. Or another example is manipulating those people around you to make them believe that you're abusive. And when you happen to be hanging out with these people, push your buttons in a way that makes you explode to confirm the fact that you are an abusive person. So they would manipulate you to abuse them publicly so that everyone has this perception of you. So it is the exact same thing with gang stalking. So anyone whom you know that has this type of behavior has the ability to stab you in the chest while telling you to your face that they want the best for you. And the thing is that if you look at the world through pink tinted glasses, you are not gonna be able to perceive these attacks on you because of the tint in your glasses doesn't allow you to see it, because you do not have the context, because of the way you think doesn't allow you to see these types of manipulations. So I was the perfect target because I was unable to see this type of behavior in people. I just wasn't, because I have never been like that. I've never been like that at all, ever. Yet somehow, by only allowing to see the good in people, I was able to do really good in life. However, I was still emotional. But I didn't know that, I was used left and right, by people to get what they things out of me. And I put it a stop where what they wanted was my destruction. And it took me a long time to realize this. Now, it did one thing though. So, gangstalking, imagine that there are people with these same of characteristics, but there are 100 of them in your town, or 500 of them, that they have agreed to destroy you. That's pretty much what gang stalking is, and these people are going to be actively looking out for you. So this type of behavior, this is that just these people are pretty much psychopaths who are envious of you. First and foremost, it's an envy based operation, and this is why I know when you are a narcissist, or when you have this type of personality trait, you're gonna look, when you see someone whom has straighter teeth than you, whiter teeth than you, is doing a little bit better, has their shit together, has a place to live, is perfectly content with who they are, accepts themselves in every single way, shape, and form. You are overall happy, have a good demeanor, have friends, with everything like that. When you have your shit together, when you are perfect by their standards, and these people's standards are pretty difficult to achieve, yet somehow you have achieved them, and you made it look effortless. People are going to start growing envy, because whenever someone has these types of psychopathic tendencies, they see everyone as competition. They are hyper vigilant for anything or anyone who does a transgression. A transgression means that the fact that you have wider teeth that they do, they are offended by it, so they start building resentment against you, just for you being you. That's it, because their perception of you was possibly better than them, so you made them feel inferior. And the more these people get to know you, they're gonna try to to not want you. They want to try to destroy you, because they can't accept the fact that there's someone, who makes them feel inferior. Now, so that pretty much is insecurity, complete absurd insecurity on their part. So now, these people have devised, how can we possibly make this person lose everything while appearing like we have nothing to do with it? So these people with narcissistic tendencies have been manipulative since they were children, and they have a lot of experience being that way. Now, one way is that they're gonna infiltrate into your life, into your circle of friends, and alienate you from everyone else. What does that do? It takes off your pillars of support. And you maybe just find yourself either with a complete different group of friends, or just hanging out with this one person. And then, let's see, there's a lot of ways to destroy someone. So, like, with me, it was, I was clean from drugs for 10 years, and this person, got me really exhausted, introduced me to group sex, and then just made it so that drugs and sex were a part of my life, which never were before. I have been an athlete my entire life. I've studied judo. I've studied five animal kung fu. I have been working out since I was 16, and I am overall really happy with myself. I ran a very successful personal training business. I was making about 5 to 6 grand a month by working 30 hours. It was fantastic. And when these people, who had everything from the get-go, and see that you came from nothing and you were able to have everything by yourself on your own, no levers, no connections, just you by your own willpower, that speaks a lot about your character. And let me tell you, that is the one thing that these people have been wanting to me not to have, because I'm like a freaking cockroach, a fucking weed. Whenever you try to put me down, you put poison, you try to kill, you stomp on me, I will get up, dust it off, and be like nothing happened, not say anything, and just move forward. But when there are 500 of these people that have been manipulative from the age of 3, things can get tough. That's how Gangstalking was born. When you are someone who apparently has everything, and yet somehow you have been able to maintain your rose tinted glasses. To have everything in this world, you typically need to pretty much not care about anyone else. But I somehow managed to have everything and be a nice person, which I still am, but now I don't take shit from anyone anymore at all. Like, to the point where Gangstalking became futile. Like, it doesn't do shit to me anymore. But it did for 7 years. And there are a couple of mottos that I've heard from themselves. 1, no one is going to believe you. 2, psychological attacks cannot be blocked, and they do their damage over time. 3, perception is reality. So let's start with the first one. How can people even come up with this idea that psychological attacks cannot be blocked and they do damage over time? So by this, by these we can deduce the personality of the people. 1, they are patient. 2, they're the type of people that do little stabs over and over again that are so underhanded that they are hardly perceptible to the uninitiated. And 3, that they want to see the result. So they are patient, they're relentless, and they're cowards because they don't do anything face to face. They do everything with a white glove. And they are willing to clean out the dust first before they put their finger on you. And by that I mean telling everyone that you're a drug addict before bringing drugs into your life. That way, when they have successfully made you addicted to a particular drug, the rumor is already out, and they have pretty much produced you into fabricating that perception and making it a reality. And then whoever did the smear campaign will simply be watching how you turn to a drug addict in front of everyone's eyes. So that is the type of people that you're dealing with when you're getting gangstalked. Lots of them. In my channel, I have told you a lot of these stories. I have told you the methods, and so these people are going to try to get you to hang out with them. I'm not kidding you. So these people are so infatuated with you that they are willing to leave their goals aside in order to F you up. And guess what? When you tell someone, point two, no one is gonna believe you. Because they know that the things that they do are so unhinged and incredulous that normal people are not gonna believe that. And guess what? The people that are like that are never gonna what are they gonna do? They're gonna tell you, oh, you're crazy. Why? Because that if someone is targeting you, by you saying this story, it's gonna tell you that whoever is targeting you is their friend already by this type of personality trait. So they are automatically friends and they work together. So then that's how it starts. The worst people are gonna tell you, oh, I really hope you get the help you need. Like, they're gonna pretty much make you feel like you're crazy. So that's the thing. It's not about destroying you physically. It's about destroying you psychologically. By making you think that you need psychological help. And convincing everyone around it. Or surrounding you with people who want to make you believe that you're crazy. So everyone is gonna be like, oh yeah, he's crazy. But listen. These people don't matter. That's simple. Don't be ruminating about the perception of people who are trying to destroy you, because in the end, if you just got out of narcissistic abuse, just know that the people who are talking shit and telling you that you're crazy are part of it. But if you're a target and it's your first time encountering narcissistic abuse, you possibly don't know this. But the people who are pushing the narrative that you're crazy are the ones that are working with your perpetrator. So what should you do? If you got into an argument on social media and people are telling you that you're crazy, you should literally just block these people. Don't think twice about it. Even if you have some type of connection with a person, I'm going to tell you right now, that connection was not real. If it was not part of the plan from the beginning, it became part of the plan later. And that's how they roll. Now, how do you discern? How do you discern the true spirit and nature of these people? Especially because the devil has many faces, has many names. Notice how in every part of the Bible you can replace narcissistic, gangstalker, Satan, and devil, and it's gonna be right, the context. That's because that's exactly what the Bible is talking about. It's not talking about an actual devil figure. We are many, we are legion. It's talking about the same thing. About people who are incomplete. And the thing is that these people are incomplete. They know it. And let me tell you, they train their kids to be like that too. I have seen it with my own eyes. And they indulge and they love it when their child is expressing this type of behavior. That's just how it is. And the thing is that it is all psychological and it leaves no evidence. But only you know. And you only know once you are deep in the gutter. And that's the thing, is that you really won't know the truth until it's too late. But there's a way out of it. And the way out of it is a lot simpler than you can imagine. All of these things are perpetuated by these people. And the way to deal with it is that you literally just get rid of these people. You eliminate the access that these people have to your life, to you. And it's literally that simple. How do you think I've been able to get my freedom back after getting gangstalked for 7 years? Because I have developed an eye to recognize the true nature of people. But it took me a long time to develop this eye. I had to do a lot of fundamental changes on my outlook of life and on how I look at people. So whenever I meet someone, I am always on the lookout for congruency with what they do and what they say. I do not give second chances on the first transgression. It's an automatic block and an automatic completely denying their existence, and everything they say, do, believe is completely irrelevant to me in every single way, shape, and form. And that's it. You just block them. And one of the things that you're going to notice is that even after you block these people, they're going to try to inject themselves into your life again. That's how they function. That's how they operate. It's by trying to be a part of your life, you know. And that's the thing, is that when someone is so set on destroying you that they're willing to put their own life goals aside for a little bit in order to F you up, that is clearly demented. That is clearly someone who is pathologically insane. And that in itself is proof that these people are toxic in the worst way you can possibly say it. These people are rotten. You should be allergic to these people. And the way that the allergy manifests itself is when you start second guessing yourself, when you notice, why am I all of a sudden insecure? Why are my friends stopping to talk to me? Why are they treating me differently? When anything like this starts to manifest in your life, you should question who has introduced, who have I introduced into my life that since these things began happening. And you have to be aware of many aspects, of every single aspect. Your finances, your self-esteem, your looks, your peace of mind. What are you constantly thinking about? Are you all of a sudden being cautious? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you feeling insecure? Are your priorities changing? Is your primordial goal in life you, or is it someone else? What are you focusing on? If you all of a sudden find yourself that you're focusing on something that is destructive, such as drugs, sex, drinking, parties, vices, whatever, who is influencing this behavior? Now, it is normal to be questioning why. But let me tell you, that is the one thing that you should never be questioning, because it's part of it. When someone is getting instigated, when someone is trying to get a confession out of someone, they ask them a lot of questions, and they tell them things such as, you know what you did. That's what you get for fucking with the wrong person. Why? Not because you fucked with the wrong person. Not because you did anything. But because that is what's gonna help them break your mind down. Because you're gonna be navigating through all your memories, through all your experiences on who the hell did I fuck with that this is happening to me. And you're gonna be questioning every single action that you took. And not only that, but then you're also gonna be questioning who did I fuck with that was wrong, or what did I do? And when that happens, you're breaking your mind down. You're helping them break you down, and it's gonna make you more susceptible to influence. And then they're gonna be suggesting things. And why do you think there's people that have confessed to crimes that they didn't do? It's because they wanted the instigation to stop, or they were able to break their mind down to such an extent that they accepted a narrative that was so absurd and so illogical. But their mind was broken down into such a way that they just accepted it. And actually, there is a word for it. Give me one second. So, do you know what the saying in Latin means, in vino veritas? So that means that with wine, people say the truth. Why do you think a lot of these, I'm sure you have seen it in movies, when someone has to make a decision, they take him out to drink, they take him out to the strip club, they get him to behave in a way that is so destructive to get something on him in order to have him to agree. So there is this thing called, give me one second. I'm looking for it. It is called, let me see. No. It is a state of mind that happens once someone has been broken down psychologically. So, oh fuck, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it in this book that we're actually going over. So if you're curious about this, I go over this. I think this is in the first chapter of my book, not my book, on the book that we're studying called Battle for the Mind, the the mechanics of brainwashing and indoctrination, which is pretty much where Dr. William Sargent explains how cultists, how religious figures are able to convince people to kill themselves, or how they're able to convince them that the world is about to end, so they make them drink poison because they were brainwashed with this thing that had absolutely nothing to do with reality, this completely unhinged fabrication. And this is the word. Give me 1 second. It is called. Give me 1 second. Okay, I found it. So this is called transmarginal inhibition, and transmarginal inhibition is when your brain gets so tired that it kind of just shuts down all logic. And during this phase of transmarginal inhibition, you are very susceptible to influence. So they can tell you things such as everyone around you is connected and they're stalking you, which is where gangstalking happens. Or also, so that's what it's done. So it's called transmarginal inhibition. And so this is what happens when they're trying to get a confession of something. They they make they they make you feel anxiety, anger, all kinds of crazy emotions, until boom, you break down and you have the phase of transmarginal inhibition. And then once that happens, they influence you, such as you're going to hell. That's why the sermons of priests, they become super catastrophic. You're gonna burn in the flames of eternity forever, blah blah blah. And it's insane how we are made to believe that you are misbehaved, you are going to burn in the flames of this place. It's such an absurd idea. However, most of us believe it. I'm a good person because I have an innate discern of what is being good and what is being bad. But there's people who know these things and they keep pushing it in such a way that harms you, such as giving people second chances after they have explicitly told you and behaved in such a way that is detrimental to your life. So that in itself should tell you that their intentions aren't good. However, this thing, where I don't want to say it's stupid, but it kind of is. Because that says that your emotions all fog your logic. And this happened to me hundreds of times, where people were obviously doing things to prevent me from having a good time. However, after that, they're like, oh, you're my best friend or whatever, and then I just completely ignored all the evidence. And that's just how people are. That's what I call looking at the world through pink colored glasses. Like, I honestly believe that every single person around me had my best interest in mind. But once you get to a point, that you're wearing diamonds, that you drive a cool car, and where you have your shit together, you're practically untouchable. People are gonna try to take that away from you. And I never even had the slightest suspicion of why people would get close to me, when they would obviously, influencing me to behave in a way that was detrimental to my businesses. I don't think I told you guys in this channel, but I am a published author. Like, I have a book out, and I make money off of it every month. And I also run my own personal training business. And yeah. So I had my shit together. I was doing charity work. So I was also a philanthropist. And because of my lack of foresight and because of my glasses were tinted in pink so intensely that I didn't see the reality of things, that people are going to get close to you because they hate your fucking guts and they want to take your success away from you. Because why? Well, probably, where I come from, my mother was a field worker. Like, she worked in the fields, picking lettuce and shit. And my dad was a heroin addict who died when I was like 18 or 19 from heroin addiction. And I came to the States with nothing, and I was able to have everything, without connections, without levers, by the sweat of my fucking forehead, with my effort. I traveled the world. I was dating like the hottest DJ. I was going to all the parties. Like, I literally had everything. And I was like, I've had veins on my abs. I was always fucking ripped. No steroids. And guess what? The people whom I knew that did steroids hated my guts because I had the body that they wanted, and I did it without using steroids. It's fucking insane, and it's true. When you are perfect, people are gonna fucking hate your guts. And I didn't see this. But, that is by far the best lesson that I have learned. Because now, I'm gonna tell you, now they're gonna hate me even more. Because I am finding a way of making money out of those experiences. Something that is supposed to destroy me, like gangstalking or, manipulation or whatever, I'm making money out of that. I'm going to publish another book. They're going to really hate my guts now. And that's the beauty of it, is that now I am actually going to be untouchable because I know their tactics. They showed them all to me. I was just going to learn all the tactics to such an extent that they had no tricks. Their tricks have a limit. And they are just, so I pretty much learned all the tricks that from someone who is a kid to an adult will have. Why do I know this? Because they haven't done any new tricks. And the best trick that they had up their sleeve was to make me believe that I was being persecuted by everyone. I believed this shit for a little, I believed in direct energy weapons, that I was getting hacked, all this shit. I believed it for like a couple months. But then I figured it out, and then boom, I was able to get out of it. And that's it. I got to a point where I just didn't give a fuck about what they did, who they were. I don't care. It is none of my business. I'm way too busy making money. And in fact, I want them to stalk me more because they're giving me material. So I was able to turn the tables 180 degrees so that the more they do, the more material I get, and therefore I can monetize it more. That has been my plan since I was able to figure the whole game out. How do I turn the tables to such an extent that I can make money off of it? And the more they attack me, the more money I make. And boom, I got that down too. Anyways, now it's just a matter of time before I have everything and more. Now I'm gonna feel like all that in a bag of chips, and I'm actually gonna be able to back it up. And I'm gonna do everything possible so that you learn all the tricks that I've learned. So that's exactly how you discern people. Listen, so there's so many people, and you can be surrounded by as many psychopathic people and narcissists and cluster B, whatever personality disorders you can possibly imagine. But there are more normal people than there aren't. And it's a numbers game. So just learn how to see who has gotten into my life, how has my life become, better or worse. If it has gotten worse, then eliminate that person. And then you just keep doing that. And that's how you're going to be weeding out people. It's like sales. In sales, the more you offer a product, the more you present, the more sales pitches you throw, regardless of what your closing percentage is, it means more sales. If you close 9 out of 10, I'm a really good salesperson, so I close 9 out of 10, quite literally. So, and if I present to 10 people and I close 9 out of 10, I didn't sell to one person, but I sold to 9. If I show it to 20 people, I will keep my closing ratio 9 out of 10. So that means I closed 18 people and I didn't close 2. Yes, the people that I didn't close increased, but the people that I did close doubled. And that's just how it is. So you're gonna have to have your. So let's say that my new strategy is just blocking people who are detrimental for me, who have demonstrated me the red flags. So for me, the red flags is by asking me, hey, do you want to do drugs? Hey, do you want to go out drinking? Hey, do you want to go out? Things that are detrimental. And not the first time, where it's obviously something that, or someone that I have had a negative experience with. Someone that I tell, oh yeah, I need to work. And then they still tell you, oh, who cares? Just come here and hang out. So even when they're telling you to actively, indirectly, but actively telling you to leave your responsibilities aside and go and misbehave with them, then what do? You just push, block, or what I do, depending on the person, I make them hate me to such a way that they don't talk to me anymore. I do that, or I just block them. And then this is the thing, I have seen it, that I have blocked people and then they come out again on my Grindr's grid. And what do? Push, block again. But I'm telling you, I've blocked the same person 30, like, I'm not lying to you, like 8 times. And then I go on Grindr and the person is there again. What am I going to do? Block. It's that simple. There's going to be a point where they have to expend so much energy making profiles and yet not able to see you online, that they're going to invest all this energy and they're going to get no return. So for example, when I'm somewhere hanging out in my car, like now, there used to be people that were swaying my car, right, to bother me. And what do they get out of it? And the thing is that once you get out of your car, they go and hide. And I've seen them run away. But this is the thing. I don't give a fuck what they do. I'm too busy making money. I'm too busy making these videos. I'm too busy with the things that I care about to put any type of thought into something that I don't. Such as some loser swaying my car. So I've had people literally sway my car for like 4 hours. And so what do they want? They want me to get out of my car and get interrupted, get bothered to such an extent that I go look and get upset. I don't even have time to get upset anymore. I quite literally don't care. So I just ignore it and stay doing my things. I play video games. I just keep recording, completely ignore it. I don't think about it because I don't care. I really, really don't care. If I want to jack off and someone is swinging my car, I'm going to jack off. That's how much I don't care. Now, that's how you have to be about it. You have to literally not give a fuck about who they are, what they want, why. I don't care. And once you do that, they're gonna expend your energy. They're gonna be swaying your car for hours, but then guess what? Since you don't care, they're just expending energy and getting nothing in return. So they're just swaying your car like a dumb idiot outside, crouched down like a fucking golem. And while I am here in my car comfortably, not living my life. Not giving two shits because I don't have time to give a shit. And that's how you win. Once they don't matter, you've won the game. Because they don't have access to your psyche. So now, what else was I saying? So, if there's someone who is perpetuating bad opinions about you, who is bringing up things that you're self-conscious about, block. If someone is just offering you, do you want to get high, do you want to do this, just block, cancel out of your life immediately. Because the number of good people is really tiny. However, they're going to be people who are busy with their own lives, are people that you want to stay in contact with because you know they have goals, they have needs, they have wants, and they're trying to be better. People who are taking time out of their life to try to F up your life, those are the ones that you literally just be like, block. Also, people that want you to take the focus of you to you and focus on them are the people that you don't want in your life. So, yeah. And this doesn't apply just to gang stalkers or to narcissists. This applies to fucking everyone. Like, I understand if you have a friend, let's say for example, my ex who was the DJ. And and I have to go to work. However, this person was like, well, I want you to go see me spend every weekend. And get high and have sex with all these people and blah, blah. So then you have to work. Then I have to work on Monday. However, so that in itself tells me that the priorities of this person is not my well-being and my making money. It was just using me to have fun. And let me tell you, people used to come hook up because I was there. Later on, you're gonna see pictures of me. Like, and back then, I was doing modeling, I was doing art photo shoots, I was doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know, I was on posters, I was go-go dancing at clubs. Like my physique was kind of fucking impressive, to be honest. And men will be men. You know, they would literally just come and then play with me and then ignore my ex. and that would make me uncomfortable. And then I would stop it a lot of the times, but it was his idea. So then this person doubled down on, you know, just do more drugs. Who cares? Just keep having sex. And then my pink tinted glasses. I didn't understand what was happening. So why was I all of a sudden, losing all my muscle? Why was all of a sudden addicted to crystal meth again after 10 years of being clean? Why was I continuously looking out for sex, And it was this person, This person got so close to me and saw how much I had worked for everything, and this person didn't want me to enjoy it. So the people that are closest to you are gonna be the ones that are most bound to betray you, because they see how happy you are. And that's just the reality of it. And the truth is that I was so blindsided by the person. Oh yeah, I want to be the rest of my life forever with you. While this person is stabbing me on the chest right in front of me. But this is the thing, is that I was fogged by my emotions. And lesson learned. Well learned, let me tell you. And it was worth every second of misery that I went through. Because now I am helping others to prevent this from happening to them. So that's the solution to gangstalking. It's a numbers game. You just get rid of the people that are actively causing your demise, block them in every single way, shape, or form, in every simple type of way that they can access to you, and slowly but surely you are gonna start having a normal life. Because the people that are manipulators, you're gonna be just cutting their access to you. And this is the thing, you cannot worry about the people that, for example, are swinging my car, because I can't do anything about it. I have to see it as just people being stupid and petty and just trying to bug me. However, because it doesn't bug me, I don't care. Therefore, they're just expending their energy. They're the ones using energy to attack me, but because because I don't give two shits. They're just energizing me. Because I see how much they're struggling to get my attention. And it just makes me so happy. Because now what they believed was impossible to evade, impossible to beat, is like this big. It's insignificant. And that's what I want you to be. Unfuckwithable. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. My name is Anonymous, and thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. I hope there was some information in this video that you could use to improve your quality of life. Bye.